I love my solo games of Killteam. In the last video I did about solo play, and I spoke about the pros and the cons of playing Killteam on your own. And this time I don't really want to talk about any cons and just look at my positives and how it helps me to unwind. Now, I know that for a lot of people, the social interaction is a big draw of Killteam and of war games in general. But actually, for me, I use it as my quiet time to lose myself in my own imagination. Hobby is often a chance to sit down and unwind doing something that you enjoy. And this extends for me into playing my own little narratives, and compared to reading a book or playing a computer game, much like sitting down reading a book about 40k or playing a game like Space Marine 2. This is my little journey of something that I do when I'm on my own. For me, I enjoy solo Killteam as an immersive form of entertainment, a slow-paced focus, with the added benefit of using my own creativity. Now, do I need to win? Does it matter if I lose? It's me versus me. Doesn't really matter. I'm having fun immersing myself in the story that I'm building, and be that a kind of lore accurate story or running away with the fantasy a little bit and making it a bit more my own. I focus on the rules that I enjoy and gloss over the things that annoy me, so I can set up a kill zone how I want it to be: more scatter, less heavy, open spaces, maybe tight corridors. I get to choose what I want and don't get restricted by the tournament layouts. And of course, yeah, you can do the same. You can make the map that tells your own story. Maybe you want a very open board with very little cover, as you see how many horde MPOs you can take down as they rush mindlessly towards you. Yeah, you can put terrain for the sake of terrain, trees that do nothing, decoration that has no purpose but to add to the entertainment that you've set out for yourself. Now, the game is not set though. There is the opportunity to test yourself. You have to react to random events and make strategic decisions. Take a terrain layout and turn it to 45 degrees. So sometimes there's longer firing lanes there that open up. You can plant snipers that can see most of the board, or try and get to the snipers that have an oppressive board control. You may want to allow the odds to be in your favour for this game, or you may want to stack the odds against yourself with overpowering MPOs, both in numbers and in strengths. You can give your MPOs special weapons or special abilities, trying to make it harder for yourself, or sometimes easier. All of these things can provide an engaging challenge. The game doesn't need to follow the standard layout of a normal Killteam game. Of course, the more you change things, the further away from a game of Killteam you venture, the closer you get to playing a game that is no longer Killteam, no longer follows the format, no longer resembles the game that you first enjoyed playing. And again, does that really matter? Personally, I mainly follow the prescribed format, sometimes add in some form of random element. NPOs entering from random board edges or activating in a random order. I find that this encourages focus and helps to tell a story as the game unfolds, offering a deep immersion to the ongoing narrative. You don't need to use the pre-laid missions and maps. You can try setting up scenarios for yourself, trying to fight your way out of a situation, laid out ambushes that you're either the attacker or you're trying to get away from. The great thing about setting a scene like this is that it can be as long or as short as you want. You can play out with more or less of your team and more or less of the enemies. Sometimes I think it's like setting up a diorama and then watching it play out over the next few turning points. There doesn't have to be the pretense of fair sides or having to balance a game. Take the story where you want to. You can set yourself impossible odds or near impossible and try and overcome them time after time using different tactics. The NPOs, of course, follow a primitive artificial intelligence, but will never do exactly the same thing. And of course, the dice can vary wildly, even if the enemy follows a similar pattern. So there are many ways you can play this wonderful game called Killteam. Playing solo is just one of those ways. And I think it can contribute to your mental well-being and at the end of a busy day by providing that strategic engagement and storytelling through imagination at your own pace and in a way that suits how you feel right now. Yes, having some company and having that social interaction is important, but you can't do that every day. You can't do that as and when you want. That is something that you have to organise, and you have to do maybe just at the weekends, maybe just once a month. By playing solo, you can choose when you play. Play for 10 minutes, play for one turning point, sit down and play for 2 hours, recreating a story or making the story up of your own. Use all of the tools and use all of the cards and strategic gambits, etc. Or maybe don't use any. Maybe just throw some dice, see what happens. If you don't like the outcome, do it again. Just remember, it's your fun. You decide how you do it.